of manpower. Effective medical support. The effective and successful contingency plan implemented by the medical authorities anticipating adverse medical conditions, epidemics and health hazards significantly aided the troops to engage in battle without being subjected to unnecessary health issues. Casualty evacuation and treatment systems became an integrated effort of military and national medical service assets. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me now speak on lessons learned at Grand Strategic level. The Grand Strategic Center of Gravity of the LTT was the external support, recognition and funds generated through the influence of Tamil diaspora and its international network. An accurate analysis of the LTT Center of Gravity and a clearly defined strategic aim enabled the state to formulate the national strategy of achieving a sustainable peace for the entire nation. In this backdrop, a realistic military strategy, that is, to defeat the LTTE militarily, was clearly spelled out with greater space for mission command at military strategic level. The LTT strategy was to target elements of national power by exploiting the full spectrum of terrorism to break the cohesion and the will to fight of the nation and its armed forces. Hence, the carefully evolved national strategy facilitated to preserve the will to fight and the cohesion whilst ensuring continued aggressive action against the LTT, denying them the time and space. Visionary thinking, consistency in decision making, and being committed to the cause while facilitating its sustenance by the political leadership was the deciding facet in defeating the LTT. The political acumen displayed by the Commander-in-Chief in reflecting any pressures mounted to hold the humanitarian operations whilst harnessing the support of the General Master of the country, regional powers, and global actors led to the success in defeating the LTT. The traditional bureaucratic link between the political leadership and the military was connected by a personality with the politico-military understanding. The synergy created by this combination well facilitated timely and accurate decision making without any hindrance to combat operations. The LTT was defeated in time and space by operating in multiple lines of operations. The LTT could not sustain its fighting capacity due to the tempo and simultaneity created by combat operations conducted in forward and rear areas. Combat operations were well supported by other lines of operations. As such, economic and diplomatic potential was fully exploited and overstretched to meet the procurement demands and to convince the international community. Creating a milestone in the history of Sri Lanka, the LTT, which had been branded as an invincible organization world over for over 30 years, was totally eradicated through humanitarian operations launched over a short period of just 2 years and 10 months. Sound planning, committed political and military leadership, at all levels. Proper strategies supported by effective tactics and deployment were key points in reaping the much-strived victory at the humanitarian operations. Sri Lanka is proud to be the first nation in the world to defeat terrorism at its own citadel in the 21st century, thus maintaining the policy of zero casualties to civilians. This was no easy task amidst optimum restrictions imposed on the troops throughout the operation. This nation, which suffered the bitterness of ruthless terrorism for over 3 decades, strongly holds the view that sharing of this experience could contribute to creating a stepping stone in formulating strong remedies to rid terrorism world over. Finally, we pay our tribute to all ranks of the Sri Lanka Army for enabling us to earn this rich experience, and our homage to fallen heroes of the Sri Lankan Armed Forces who fought valiantly and selflessly for the last 30 years for the integrity of our motherland. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, the panel is ready to answer them, but we have very little time available.
Perhaps you all shortchanged yourselves because, as head of the Peace Secretariat, I used to monitor very carefully possible civilian casualties. And although you mentioned the strategy you adopted, and we know that in 2009, the LTT proved much more effective at using its human shields. But right through the Eastern operation, I believe there was only one instance in which even Tamilnet alleged civilian casualties. And right through 2008, and I must really thank General Das for that description of the slow, steady progress. I found monitoring Tamilnet that even they only alleged 78 civilian casualties. And now that you've given us this description of the detailed operations in 4 different fronts, I mean, that is a fantastic achievement for which I think the Army has to take tremendous credit.